For over a decade, the issue with obesity has only been increasing and getting worse every year. Being obese can increase the chances of getting a stroke, heart diseases, and many cancers. According to a public health report directly from the County of Los Angeles, has reported that back in 1997, 13.6% of the population of the city were obese, and about 10 years later, the percentage almost doubled to 23.6% in 2011. And since then, it has been increasing more and more. It is very important for the Department of Health of Los Angeles to make an effort and make physical changes to the community that can help families work on losing weight or decreasing the chances of being obese. One of the problems that the city of Los Angeles has when it comes to the issue of obesity is that the neighborhoods or communities that need it the most don't have access to it. Several of these towns in the county consist of residents that are low income that can't afford to buy or make it to a regular grocery store or restaurant that offer healthier food options. These are also known as food deserts. It's very important for the families to have access to these places no matter what part of the city they live in or how much money they make. In order to solve this issue, the city needs to build more places that are healthy, food-friendly, and are also affordable. For example, South Los Angeles is one of the areas in the city that consists of people of low income. This part of the city has a very small amount of grocery stores. As shown on the map, in this part of the city, there's only 60 functioning grocery stores for the 1.3 million that live there. The families in the community are in a very difficult situation when it comes to buying groceries that they need. What this part of the city also needs is healthy restaurants, like Every Table. Every Table was created to offer a healthy meal that doesn't require spending so much money. Compared to a fast food chain, people can come into this cafe and buy food that costs less than $10. Every Table is known for their good intentions and are set to expand at restaurants across the city and nation as well. Another way to decrease the chances of becoming obese is, of course, to be active. The problem that occurs when attempting to be active is that there isn't a good or safe enough spot to do so, which in this case, this is applied to public parks. Families normally head down to a park on a regular warm day to spend time outdoors, but the people in Los Angeles have the constant problem with public parks not being in good condition for kids to play and run around in. Or another reason why a family may decide not to head down to a park is because it's not safe enough. South Los Angeles is a low-income part of town, which leads to high crime rates. With crime being very common, a family would rather stay home to be safe rather than being in a public park where people are getting into fights or doing inappropriate actions. The solution to obesity is obvious that people need to lose weight, but by telling adults what they should and shouldn't do can be hard because they have already started an unhealthy eating habit that is hard to stop. It can be done, but it's hard. Another method is if you start with kids. By teaching them a smarter way to be healthy at a very young age, they will start to get the idea of being healthy in their head and eventually start making a habit that they can later carry on for years. A small town in Los Angeles has made an effort to try to make a change when it comes to obesity. For example, long ago, a man named Alexander Kananshvili immigrated to the United States. He is currently a doctor for this tiny town. Over the years, he noticed a problem with obesity when it came to the kids, so he decided to partner with the past mayor, Mike Gomez. Alexander was offered the chance to give free lectures at a city hall on healthy eating and eventually was hired to help teach the parents of kindergartners the importance of nutrition. As the years passed, Alexander's program has been successful. It's been successful by demonstrating healthy cooking. He changed the school lunch program and even has kids singing about healthy eating. This program has helped the parents of these kids put limitations on how long they use electronics and improve eating habits by replacing with healthier options.
It's so common to turn on the TV and see a commercial about McDonald's or Taco Bell, but you hardly ever see a commercial about eating a healthy meal. It's also very common for kids to be watching and or using electronic devices at a very young age. Another way to decrease the chances of obesity is by limiting and restricting the advertising of fast food restaurants or junk food to the public. By limiting the advertising to a minimum, it will decrease the chances of viewers to go by and eat the unhealthy food. Most of the time, these commercials are targeted towards the kids and teenagers. If these images are shown at an early age, it will be easier for the viewer to become attracted to the food. It's crucial for these advertisements to get banned so that the kids and the teenagers won't get the urge to eat these foods. The issue when it comes to advertising food is that it can be harmful for the viewers, especially the younger ones that don't understand how these commercials are purposely trying to persuade them into eating the unhealthy food. According to the American Psychological Association, food ads make up to 50% of all the ad time on children's shows, many of which consist of unhealthy food products like candy, snacks, cereal, and fast food. Kids ages 8 to 12 are the ones who are the most at risk because they are at a stage in life where they are establishing food habits and essentially making decisions on what and where to eat.
There's a total of 2,712 fast food restaurants in the county of Los Angeles since 2005, all of which are right by schools. More than half of most high schools are located right by the fast food restaurant and have easy access to these foods. It's such a high number of fast food spots that basically everywhere you look, you'll be right next to a fast food place. The not so rare spots for food makes it easier for customers to walk in and buy unhealthy food. There needs to be a difference in this problem. The fact that these fast food chains are not only so common, they are so affordable, which makes it easy for someone who is struggling with obesity or healthy eating to frequently rely on these food chains to feed themselves. With these restaurants being very cheap, it makes it dangerously easy for anyone to show up and buy the unhealthy food. Make you feel good or happy. The reason for this is because these foods are packed with high amounts of calories and sugar. The sugar in these foods spark this good feeling by releasing dopamine. Dopamine is a hormone that is dedicated to make you feel good and happy. Therefore, over time, when someone is constantly eating sugary foods, it becomes a habit that always makes you feel good, which then makes the consumer always come back. This becomes problematic because if you're constantly eating sugary foods, your tolerance is higher, which then leads to the feeling of not happy enough or not good enough. This becomes very hard to deal with because it's very common for people to rely on sugary foods and drinks to make them feel better or happy. When someone isn't feeling too well, having a bad day, or just hungry, they make the bad decision of buying McDonald's to temporarily make them feel better, but in the end, it ends up affecting them in the long term. With sugary drinks being a reason why obesity and health problems rates go up, it's always recommended to drink water. Drinking water is a great option to substitute out soda and energy drinks. The issue is that in the city of Los Angeles, there has been issues with drinking water not always being clean. The city needs the resources to provide clean drinking water so that the community has access to drinking fountains, water bottle filling stations, or simple access to water from home. This tax would prohibit restaurants and stores to sell big gulp-style sodas to the public in hopes to decrease the risk of obesity among the consumers who regularly drink soda. This soda tax would also charge extra on drinks over 12 ounces and also have warning messages on each of the sugary drinks that are being sold. The reason so is because sodas are one of the reasons people are gaining so much weight. About 20 years ago, soda was originally sold at 6.5 ounces as a single serve, and today most people tend to go for the bigger portions that are 20 ounces that contain a big amounts of calories. This tax has been argued for a while now about whether or not it should be passed because every time it would be brought up, the soda industry would fight it. In conclusion, obesity is a very serious matter. It's important for people who are struggling with this to make an effort to lose weight to be able to reduce the chances of getting serious diseases. But it's also important that the city of Los Angeles open and build facilities that can help and motivate people to lose weight. Someone who wants to lose weight or be healthy again needs a little extra help to be able to make this change for their life.